So I'm studying medical astrology because why the fuck not? And as I'm studying, my gears just keep turning. So from what I'm gathering so far is soft aspects are harmonious. That means you have like grace when it comes to those things. But like hard aspects like eye positions and squares are things that need to be paid attention to. So, in any form of study, that's a pimple I'm breaking out anyways. Any form of study, you're always your first client. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're always your first client. So, like, I'm thinking, and I'm like, okay, I'm going like sign by sign. I'm not skipping over. Like, I'm really thoroughly reading it. So I'm like, okay, sun aspects. Okay. So my sun is opposed to my Mars. My sun in Sagittarius is opposed to my Mars in Gemini. So boom. All right. So the sun is what? Vitality. My sun in Sagittarius, that's like Jupiter's sun. So Jupiter expands things. It gives more to it, contracts. And then Mars is like fast, forward movement. And Gemini is like, it's an air sign. It's an air sign. Mercury, it rules nerves. Gemini rules the hands, lungs. So I'm like, okay, so Mars is opposed to my sun. So what is that? Inflammation of the lungs. Watch out for inflammation of the lungs, or driving too fast because Jupiter, Sagittarius is anything in excess. What else? Nerves, hands. So what would that be like? Definitely, I'm not texting and driving, but that's something that would be like a caution when looking at, medical astrology and how certain signs, planets, aspects, rule certain things or show you certain things. And I really wasn't looking at my sun and moon because my sun is in Sagittarius and my moon is in Leo. So those are in the same modality. So it gives me a little bit more grace. But with the Aquarius rising that I have, we're going to go like that. With the Aquarius rising that I have, that is not really trining, but it's all right. It's in the same element, but my Mars is 2 degrees Gemini, so it's like it's in a constellation of Perseus. But that's neither here nor there. That means it still has some of the flavor from Taurus, so that's still kind of like a square to my ascendant. And where I was going with this, so my sun is sextile my ascendant, so it's also giving vitality to, what is the word that I'm looking for? Uranian things that are like sudden, or that's why I said caution while driving, no texting while driving, issues with cars and this air, and like I said, inflammation of the lungs. It could also be like inflammation of the ankles. Child, studying medical astrology, because why not? Like, what if I have a resident that I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with this resident? Like, no diagnosis, no nothing, and it's just as simple as asking, So what time was Mr. Jones born? Oh, he was okay. All right, let me look at his chart real quick. You think I'm talking about his other chart? But, because why not? And then on top of that, I wouldn't feel comfortable like doing medical astrology for someone else until I'm a registered nurse.